Alright. Let's get things rolling, though. Just, it is Friday. It is time for Slay the Spire mods. Last week, we did one of the pair of Yu-Gi-Oh mods. Well, non-duelist Yu-Gi-Oh mods, obviously. That one's a much bigger one. We did Live Twin, which was like a very large mod that had a lot of cards from a lot of disparate archetypes, and then the Live Twin stuff going on. Today, we're taking a look at Sky Striker. Sky Striker is a different archetype. We spent a lot of time last week talking about a lot of different archetypes. Sky Striker is one that is defined mechanically in two ways. One, it's an archetype that's effectively about a single monster jumping in and out of different mechs. Raye swaps in between a bunch of different Link 1 monsters that sit in the extra monster zone that have, you know, offensive and defensive effects. But it's also an archetype about, like, specifically having a lot of spells and getting a bonus for having 3 spells in the grave. For instance, if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, you might be familiar with the card Pot of Greed. You know, if you're unfamiliar with Yu-Gi-Oh, even is more is the point, because I want a point of context for Sky Striker. You know, spell card draws 2 cards, easy, right? Not gonna beat that. Sky Striker as a archetype has a card, Sky Striker, Mobilize Engage, which has the text. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, which means you have nothing in your main 5, you can have one in your extra monster zone that Raye jumps in and out of. Raye can jump into mechs in and out of. Search your deck for a Sky Striker card not named. Engage. Put it in your hand. Then, if you have 3 or more spells in your grave, draw a card. Hello, everybody. Hello from Dockside. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. I hope you're having a fun time with Blue Dragon.
Hey, one of the dragons basically just has 5 million health and absorbs all physical damage, and it sucked ass.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that on the side, and I saw the opening of that fight where it describes in what feels like a just complete nonsense sentence some gimmick that isn't
but
going
then
on.
the thing, what it does is just that he uses the same attack over and over again, has 5 million health, and absorbs both physical and light and dark damage, and resists wind. Although apparently someone posted it out somewhere at some point that all of the dragons are weak to wind, which does not seem to be the case.
Interesting. But yeah, wild. I only have vague memories of those the effectively post-game dragon stuff. It's not actually post-game.
I've taken out 3 of the 5 at this point. I did
still have
beat
the
that
Blizzard?
dragon.
Oh, you did
that
the
day.
Blizzard one.
I got that one.
Oh, goodness.
I figured out a sequence that made it possible.
Okay.
It was very tight though.
Huh. But yeah, to quickly re-describe what I was talking about with this, this week and last week we've been taking a look at a pair of mods that are based off more recent Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes. This one here that we're going to be looking at is based around having 3 spells in the grave to give your spells more power. That's its main setup. So I'm expecting this class to have like some sort of, you know, power up if we have 3 of an X type of card in our grave. But the card I wanted to describe that this deck has, that was one of the reasons it was and still is incredibly powerful, is even if you have a tangential familiarity with Yu-Gi-Oh, you're going to know the card Pot of Greed. Even if you have no familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, you probably know that.
You know what Pot of Greed does. It draws you 2 additional cards from your deck.
Draw 2 cards. One of the powerful cards that make up Sky Striker's spells, is a spell, Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, usually just called Engage. With the text, if you have no monsters in your main monster zone, if you're playing Sky Striker the way they should be, search your deck for a Sky Striker card not named Mobilize Engage. Then shuffle. If you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, then draw a card.
Pot of Greed.
What if Pot of Greed was Demonic Tutor on one of the 2 draws? So...
Amazing.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, one of the powerful pieces of this. We took, last week we took a look at Live Twin, which really was just a pile of all sorts of different Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. This one, we're going to be looking at some nice text and trying to interpret it.
Ooh, it's one of... Okay.
Yeah,
So you can aim the tornado to a player character here.
So...
Nice. Nice.
So, once during combat, click this relic, gain 1 link. At the end of your turn, transform into 3 block times link. You can't have more than 4 link. So, this seems to be a resource that has a state of, if you have leftover, it consumes into block. I assume that this is going to be related to the way that Sky Strikers play Link cards, Link 1 monsters. Let's take a look at our second relic. Before the end phase, when you apply debuff, deal additional damage equal to the corresponding number of layers. During the end phase, when you apply debuff, gain additional block equal to the corresponding number of layers. Not related to relic effects, clicking on the cards in the extra deck will put them in the pending state for play. I would also like to note we have 23 cards in our deck. We have Strike, we have Defense, we have Maxi, we've got Raye here, Link +1 Exhaust, I don't know, and then we've got all of these cards, which within Yu-Gi-Oh, these are the cards you would have in your extra deck, setting aside, and you'd summon out by doing some sort of condition. In this, the way they work is that you play Raye, and then Raye can jump into any of these 4, and they swap between each other. At the start of each turn, these cards, which are not in your exhaust pile, return to the extra deck. Click to add to your hand. You can't have more than 15 cards here. I need to see how this plays. Give me a relic. Thank you. Cool. We need to interpret text. I get to fight a lot of elites. Hold on. This is... Alright. When Sky Striker attempts to end their turn for the first time each turn, you enter the end phase. Start from the left and discard your hand until only 3 remain. During this turn, you can't gain energy.
I just realized, hold on a second, is this using a tutorial interface?
Yeah, so this is... We've seen this in a few of these. To this level, almost not. But yes, a tutorial interface.
I haven't seen it yet, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of amazed. That's like, oh, damn, all right, hold on a second,
Yep.
They figured this out.
Yeah. Cards with the special base are spell cards. Again, Sky Striker, their main setup is they get more powerful by having 3 spells in grave. Cards that require a specific link to be played are known as Storm Access cards. These cards go to the extra deck before each turn starts, can be clicked and added to your hand to play. So we have a 23 card deck, but that's lying. Half that deck is like not real in our deck. That's the extra deck we're going to go into.
Mm-hmm.
During your normal turn, when you apply debuffs, you do extra damage. During your end phase turn, you gain block. Duel. Yeah. Okay. So we just have our extra deck over here. Okay. This is gonna be a lot, huh?
Seems like it.
Okay. Let's take a look and learn our 4 cards we have here. In Sky Striker, these are the main 4 link ones that Raye jumps into. Hayate in Yugioh, they all have 1500 attack. Hayate can attack direct and discard a spell from deck on hit. Kagari, when comes into play, picks up a spell from grave. Kinda targets a monster and makes it unable to attack for a round. And Shizuku, at the end of turn, search for a spell card, a Sky Striker card, that you don't already have in grave. They also have some other, like, all of these have, like, some minor attack boosting things in different ways. But so those are the 4 as far as what they do in Yu-Gi-Oh! And here, changing can only be played when you have played Sky Striker cards this turn. Cards with the same name can only be played once. Exhaust. Must be used after you are attacked. The enemy loses 10% of max HP. Place 1 card from draw pile into the discard. Okay. That's gonna scale a lot in the late game and be just useless right now. 10% of a louse is 1. But that does match what Hayate does, which has been a spell. Kagari should pick up a spell from grave. Yeah, add 1 card from discard. Try spells. What? Oh, that's got to be just have 3 spells. Yeah, sure. Deal 6 damage. Add 1 card from discard pile to your hand, and then if you have 3 spell cards, do it again. Before you enter the end phase, heal 1 health. Entering the end phase, gain 6. This is correct for Kaina. Kaina has a, like, again, is like, come into play, make a monster unable to attack next turn, but also has the text, when you play a Sky Striker spell, gain 100 life points. It's useless in all circumstances, except for Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the stupidest time rules for resolving, like, when the game goes to time. In Magic, for instance, I'm gonna be talking a lot about card games here. In Magic, when you go to time is called in the round, active player finish your turn, you have 5 additional turns. God, I've said that so many times. Tournaments have to end, so you have a clock for the round. And after 50 minutes, or however long your round clock is, in Magic, whoever's active player finishes their turn, and then you have turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, back and forth. For a player to win the game outright, you have to win. After the end of turn 5, if there's no clear winner, results in a draw. In Yu-Gi-Oh!, time in the round is called. Active player, you have the current phase that you are in. Once that phase ends, whoever has the highest life points wins on the spot. So, your deck containing very niche, random ways to deal tiny amounts of damage or gain tiny amounts of life is a notable feature of a deck for how they play under time rules. Because if you win game 1, you lose game 2, and you're going to game 3 with 2 minutes, all you have to do is get to your main 1, gain 100 life, and then you're done. It's very silly. Shizuku, when you enter the end phase or at the end of turn, add 1 card from draw pile to hand. That sounds right. Cool. Alright. Alright, let's... So, like, if I go... Kagari... Actually, hold on, let me go... Strike... Kagari... Pick up Strike... Ah, okay, I have a different... Because I swapped over to Kagari. So we go... Defense... I can't play Kagari anymore. Well, move to end phase. Swap to Kaina. Swap to Shizuku. Pass. That's how I'd play this. Sweet. The search is after I discard too. Perfect. Okay. So game length 1. Oh, I need to actually play a Sky Striker card to use these. Okay. And I have to end my turn twice.
So I've been doing something else for a bit here, and I was not able to pay attention to any of your explanations. So I am gonna have to just figure it out as I go.
Yep, no problem.
Mm-hmm. It'll be fine.
I did bring up the time rules in Magic versus the time rules in Yu-Gi-Oh, which was a fun bit.
Time rules, as in if you are playing with a timer.
No, so in Magic, when you hit time of the round, active player finish your turn, you have 5 additional turns.
Yeah, okay.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, you have until the end of the current phase.
I see.
You can't even go to combat.
Your turn just ends.
No. The game ends with whoever has highest life.
Bizarre.
Which means your deck having ways to gain life matters. Okay. Shizuku waits for death. Okay, this is a... Innate. After this card is played, if you do not enter tri-spells each turn, gain 7 block. Cannot stack, cannot stack, cannot stack. So, again, one of the setups of the deck is having 3 spells. Things like choose 1 card from any 10 skill cards in any color. Oh, God.
1 from 10, huh?
So you get, when it's played, exhaust it, exhaust, tri-spells. So this isn't even explaining the tri-spells things, it's just assuming you're familiar with Sky Striker. This is have 3 spell cards in your grave. Which, in this, when a card enters this card pile or exhaust, gain 1 spell. So, like, playing a spell makes it, it counts. It doesn't, like, count down.
Thanks. I see.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Shizuku Waits for Death here. Oop. Okay, at the end of turn, if you are in try spells, gain 7 block. Oh. That's the opposite of what this card says. Okay.
Cannot stack, cannot stack,
Cannot stack, cannot stack, cannot stack, cannot stack. And turn again. Oh no, no wait. We gained 7 block. Okay, we're good. Yeah, like, some of these aren't, like... So this is a card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Max C. In its translation. It's a cockroach. But the card itself is, like... If you've played Master Duel, you know this card. It's a notoriously annoying card. Well, I get to do my thing then. Instant Sky Striker, go into Kagari. Kagari, pick up Strike. End phase, go to Kaina. Go to Shizuku. End turn, Shizuku Tutor, grab Strike. That's a normal Sky Striker turn. Well, that's almost a normal Sky Striker turn. Usually it's Hayate, attack 15, Kagari, pick up whatever you bend, and then do a bunch of stuff, and then flip to Shizuku, end phase, Shizuku, search whatever you don't currently have. Sky Striker is like an interesting control deck, as far as how it plays. Nightmare Mermaid. So this is a card that goes in our extra. Exhaust 1 card, draw that same number, put a card from discard pile in your hand at the start of your next turn. That's like trying to be Nightmare Mermaid. So let's us strike Sky Striker, start roller. Deal 7 damage, apply when we add a copy of this card to your discard pile. Oh, so this is like a spell that builds up spells quicker. Yeah, okay. So I should gain 7 block. Yep. As long as I'm not in Tri-Spell, I gain 7. Yeah, so that card counts as 2 spells played. Instant Striker. Kagari, pick up, Maxi. Strike, end phase, Kaina, Shizuku, and tutor block.
I kind of hate that you have an end phase instead of...
Right? Sky Striker and Adventure. Okay, this is a different archetype, but it is one that uses a low number of spells. Link +2, gain 1 strength, or gain 2 strength. Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy. So again, picking this card won't add it to our deck, it'll add it to our extra on the side there. We have 12 in there starting, we can have 15 max. I'm sure we can, like, we'll have to, like, overwrite or something like that. Link +1. If all enemies do not intend to attack, gain 1 blur. Apply all enemies 1 vul.
Wait, you gain the blur if they don't intend? Okay, yeah, I understand where that comes from now. All right.
Right, because
So
you
can
want to
have
hold
it
your
for
blur.
on the turns further for when they are attacking. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is Celine. The names seem to be direct translations rather than the actual card name as they're localized.
Makes sense.
Celine is a Link 3 that kind of is fitting as far like counts spells in Grave and then does things based on that. Generally isn't played in Striker, but does count, spells for that. This turn, your next. So this is like a tutorable. Your attack is played twice. Do I just want like strength? This is a bad inflame until I upgrade it, and then it's just an inflame that like. Well, this is an inflame that hands off block actually. This is fine. Let's get the link first, and then we will get the cards that we can spend on it. As I've said, I'm going to try to give as much of an explanation on this stuff. Oh, thanks.
Got the curse.
Well,
here's the thing. I was saying it in my mind of like, it's not very common that you actually get the curse in here. And it'd be kind of funny if it did. But, I didn't say it with my mouth trying to prevent it from tempting it to actually happen. I guess it read my mind well enough still.
So, Afterburners, this is a Sky Striker. The text on this is destroy a monster. If you have 3 or more spells engraved, destroy a spell also. Destroy a back row. Infinite Impermanence is a generic trap that is played in nearly every deck. It's a trap that you can play from your hand if you control no cards. Negate a monster's effect for the turn, so you can use it as a turn 1 disruption. It also has like extra text if it is set on the board. It negates the entire column that it's in, but usually that's a rarer thing to come up. It does though. Jamming Waves is the opposite of Afterburners. Afterburners is destroy a monster. If you're at 3+, destroy a spell, back row. This destroys a back row, and at 3+, destroys a monster as well. Apply X mark. X is 1/3 of the spells. Okay, anyway. Let's remove a curse. Yeah, as far as the cards in our main deck, these are also hand traps. Yu-Gi-Oh! As a game is very funny because it has, like, trap cards are one of the huge things that, like, even if you know very little about Yu-Gi-Oh! You probably
know about trap cards.
Yeah, Mirror
because
Force.
It's one of the, it's one of the basic, like, everyone knows the main card types in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are spell cards, monsters, and trap cards. So obviously trap cards are a big part of the game, right?
Unless you're playing a deck that very specifically is like set 5 back row past the turn or something to that nature, they're generally like setup combos and such are so powerful in the game you can't afford to just like set back row cards and pass under most instances. So traps, cards that interact with your opponent, have evolved to the point where you play cards from your hand that you can discard as types of counter spells. Ash Blossom, which is the art on here, is one of the more common ones you see. If a card has the text search or draw in any way, discard this from your hand and negate the effect.
Makes sense.
So it stops.
Anti-tutor, anti-draw spell.
Yes. Effect Veiler here is discard from your hand to negate a monster effect for a turn. Much like Infinite Impermanence, the other one I talked about. So, trap cards are played in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just much... The actual base interactive pieces that a lot of decks use are these types of hand traps that are like discarded counter spells. rather than
Yeah, it's
setting Mirror Force.
There is a fundamental like idea behind trap cards I think is flawed. Is the thing of you can't possibly have a very specific trap card in the game because then you get into the problem of them being super narrow, you know, in ways that are almost unplayable. Or you have ones that kind of work on anything and then they'd be omniplayed kind of thing. It really feels like a weird patch on the fact that the game really, really wants to have instant speed as a thing.
Mm-hmm. I can feel that. Okay. We have 3 turns of setup. I think I just wanna actually. All right, it's time to. Oh no, I can't because I can't Hayate unless I've been attacked. I wanted to show off the main Sky Striker combo of how it plays, which is use Hayate to bin a card and then pick it up with Kagari. Like that's one of its main like lines that lets it tutor whatever it wants. Anyway, we have 3 turns here, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to end my turn twice instead. I currently have 1 spell. At the start of your turn, spell loses half of its power. What? Reduce spell free. Oh my god, this has a lot of rules for spell cards. Okay. I mostly just wanted to have my strength gain before I went in on this. Right, I'm getting hit by that 1,000,000 times. Okay.
There isn't a max D, but there is a little D. I know about that card in Yugioh. It's just a little dinosaur guy.
Yes.
It has no stat. It has no like effect. It's just a little guy.
There's the Lord of D, and a number of cards related to the Lord of D. The Dictator of D.
But little D has nothing to do with Lord of D because the D in little D is referring to dinosaur, whereas Lord of D is referring to dragons.
There's also, there's D Hero, which is also completely different. D Boys. Okay, so let's go. Let's do our Sky Striker setup here. So we go Striker, move into Hayate, discard defend for my deck. Move into Kagari, pick up Strike. Move into kinda to gain a health before moving into end phase, and then move to end phase, move to Shizuku, pass, tutor the defend in my deck. So the Hayate only being played, like these all costing 0 is kind of wild. Like, the moment I'm able to turn this on, like, I get to play all 4, you know? Does this count as a Sky Striker card? If I have a link? No. Okay. Whatever. Pair.
Pairs.
Pillar of the Future. When this card is sent to the discard pile, add a Rose token to your hand.
Exhaust, retain, link +1.
Yeah.
So you can keep that in your hand for a rainy day when you need it.
And Rose should also be able to jump into the Sky Striker cards. Or Sky Strikers. Magical Explosion can only be played if there's no attack in your hand. Gain 1. Whenever you gain a spell, gain 1 magical apply. What? So I think this marks every time I gain spells, and when I gain spells, I gain more of these? Just take Pillar and see how that plays. Alright. That's 10 block on that. Okay, kind of want this card to not exhaust if I'm going to be able to keep going into the extra. Sky Strikers, as far as a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype go, are quite popular. They have their own manga series about them. Just about Sky Strikers. They were and are a very competent tournament archetype for years. Okay. We want to go. So this should give me Rose when I discard it for end phase. Will that work? I don't know. Kagari, pick up Striker. And then Roar again. End phase to Shizuku. Okay, we do get Rose just for that card discarding. Then the question is if Rose counts as a Sky Striker to be able to jump into these. Rose should. Sky Striker, Rose is the second of the main deck monsters for this deck. No, okay. That's weird, actually. Whatever, I get my Thorn Sphere. I expected Rose to be able to jump into these. If people are still able to leverage the deck into topping events and the cards continue to come up, I'm gonna call that playable. You know, that's real.
If people get results with something, that means it's playable. Fundamentally, it's only not playable if it just never does, right? Like, it might just be playable with very specific, in very specific circumstances, but it's still playable.
Yeah, like so God, Yu-Gi-Oh. Part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Only having one format means that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has this gigantic problem where like, all decks get thrown into this pile of good or bad based on the entirety of the existence of the one format, and there's no room for any, like, it's a terrible discussion. Like, like, so if I go over to this, pick up Roar again, go to Kaina, Rose Token, End Phase, Shizuku, and then Tutor Roar. One? Okay. I don't actually want to play that spell. Okay, now I'm still gaining. Okay, I'm just gaining 7 block regardless of what's going on. Okay, whatever. Strike. Kagari, pick up Roar. There, okay, Hayate does kill. Ornkley. Okay, this is extremely sorry, Typhon is a card that I think was released like months ago at most. Link 1, gain 7 block, add 1 self-restraint to your hand. Increase the cost of this card by 1. Exhaust Ethereal. When this card is in your hand, you cannot have more than 1 link. So, Typhon as a card is a card that you can slam down over basically any monster. It effectively ends your turn, but it also answers some immediate problems that of like, I forget the exact like way that it works in play, but it is something you can slam down and answer some very specific sets of problems, but also effectively ends your turn as far as summoning goes, which is what this self-restraint is. You can't use your extra. Sky Striker multi-roll. Remove block of all enemies. Forbidden those buffs until the end of your turn. I talked about earlier Engage being one of the cards that was one of the busted pieces of support that makes Sky Striker as powerful as it was, because it's effectively a Pot of Greed, but instead of drawing 2 cards, it tutors 1 and draws 1. Sky Striker multi-roll, the card that this is here, is the other card that made the deck as wild as it was. Multi-roll had the text, at the end of your turn, for each Sky Striker spell you played, recur unique Sky Striker spells from your grave to your back row. So, like, you play multi-roll, you play 2 or 3 other spells, and then you pick them all back up and put them back down. And just, like, immediately do another +3. I'll take Typhon here. I'll take the key. This one might be annoying. Are these all skills? These are all skills. That's bad. No, Typhon was just released in the TCG, like, very recently. Most of my experience playing is in Master Duel. I would probably, I'm, like, I would remember the card text if it was in Master Duel. Am I just attacking 3 times here? I have a lot of passive block, so that's nice. Roar, strike. Oh god. So if I go into my like Sky Striker line, I'm gonna hand off like 10 strength. Awful. Will that get me there quicker? I'll be able to Hayate, into Kagari. You know what? Sure, let's do it. Hayate into Kagari. Kagari pick up. C. Go into end phase, kinda. And then block. Okay. Letter opener? This is very good because I play a million skills in a turn when I go into my extra. Preparation. Gain 2 Arcane. Arcane is energy when you go to your end phase. Is that any? Oh, actually, this is really good. Hold on. Because, like, one of the normal problems with, like, form level cards, which is this, you know? This is a card that costs 3 and it's gonna basically blank your turn to play, is that it blanks your turn to play. But because this is gain that energy going into your second turn, which apparently you get, that effectively pays you back immediately. Get Rose. I guess Rose lets me swap into Typhon freely. Let's go Roar. Go into my Striker form. Hayate, ditch prep. Pick up Roar again. Oh! I'm in... I see. I was in 3 spells, so I got double hit there. Gain a life and then do my letter opener.
Wide memories.
Hey, Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is a card from very early in Yu-Gi-Oh! It is a spell card that has the text, give your opponent 1,000 health, draw 1 card.
You can tell because it has art actually by Takahashi.
Yeah, it's sad. The cutoff here is, like, I like the Goblin. But, yeah, so the idea is that it lets you play a 37 card deck, you know? You could play three of these and give your opponent 1,000 life and have a much more consistent deck. Upstart in a lot of formats is like limited to some number, usually one or something like that. And also in more modern times, it's generally not something you want because you would rather know what your opening looks like and have interactive elements that are like hand traps to be able to work with, rather than having to cycle it on turn one. But in Sky Striker, this card makes more sense because you want 3 spells in your grave. So here's a 3rd spell in your grave. Widow Anchor. Widow Anchor is one of Sky Striker's best interactive elements. It is a quick play spell that negates the effect of a monster it targets, but if you have 3 spells, it just steals it flat for a turn. I'm gonna pick up the Infinite Impermanence. And we aren't gonna need the defense, I don't think. Those are cards that, like, our defense comes from our, like, weird setups. Yeah, more defense out of the deck. Oh boy. Oh. We're seeing all sorts of things we have available in this mod. Nightmare Cerberus. This is another card that sits in our extra. Exhaust a card, draw them many, gain 9 block. Okay.
Well, it's a strict upgrade, basically.
Yeah. We have to be at Link 2 to be able to play it. So it's harder for us to... Well, and, you know, does cost an energy. But, like, is something we can just get in... Because, you know, one of the other defining features of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a card game is the extra deck. In Magic the Gathering, there's a set of cards called the Wishes that were cards that could grab a card from outside of the game. In Eternal Card Game, there were a set of cards known as the Market cards that could grab cards from outside of the game. Both of these were used to give yourself a lot of consistency, be able to grab very specific answers from your sideboard or combo pieces. Yu-Gi-Oh! Works similarly in that it's very easy to use pieces of that 15 to give yourself answers to spell traps, answers to monster. Like you have these specific cards you can go into that answer problems. You also have cards you go into that are your positive game plan as well. But that's one of the big balances on the deck building in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what you're doing with those 15 slots. I don't want to go to a shop with this much gold. That's not enough to... Oh boy.
Just enough to block.
Just enough to block, though I take the weak. And I have the problem of the wizard. Horn Cleat says that this turn should be just offense. Oh. And my thorns.
We always have the problem of the wizard.
The problem of the wizard. All right, next turn. Next turn, I'll draw into my. Yeah, here we are. Here's my Raye, so I can go Raye. Hayate on you. Roar on you. Kagari here. Pick up. And then our next skill will do that. And then from here we can just go damage dealing. Gain a life. End phase. Move over to... I can do the once per turn both turns? I guess they're different turns. And then Raye and Rose in discard, deal 15 all enemies, exhaust. I do have Rose's card, but... yeah, we don't actually have the card named Raye. Yeah, I guess Raye and Rose are both cards we just don't have. Okay. At some point we'll find them, I suppose. Alright, Hexaghost with 1,000,000 health.
But also Hexaghost versus Thorns.
Yeah, oh god.
Also, you have Horncleave, which is explicitly the good defensive one against Hexaghost.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take this up to 10 block on our opener. So this, strength. Do some damage and get my Rose token. 36. And we drew it, okay. So gonna go ahead and play my prep. And preparation is just when I go into end phase, gain 2 energy. So now I get turn 2, the sequel to turn. Let's go Sky Striker into Kagari. Kagari, pick up my thorns. Thorns.
That's 60 damage to it this turn. Nice.
Move over to kinda... I'm blocking 30 right now. I'm blocking 36 because of the... So we can just attack with our last bit. Oh, that applied weak anyway. Move over to Shizuku. Pass the turn, Shizuku tutor. We'll grab Roar. Doesn't matter, like, we're gonna draw the whole deck, but... Love to get 10 Thorns against this fight.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
End phase, I get my second turn. Okay, so now we get to actually play Hayate, and that's 10% damage. Moving to Kagari. Kagari, pick up Roar. Roar. Go to end phase, I get turn 2. Go back into Hayate because this counts as a different turn. That doesn't seem right. That shouldn't be.
I'm gonna go and scroll down, and you have been on Act 1 for an hour.
Less than the last one of these.
That's absurd.
A little bit. Because the one we did last week was complicated in very different directions. It didn't have this going on. Hercules base. Add 1 Burning Charm at start of turn. Deal 0 damage, 5 times the number of spells in the discard pile. Draw 1 card. Called by the Grave. This is... So I talked about cards earlier that are cards that you use as hand traps that you use as your pieces of interaction on your opponent's turn. This is the counter spell for the counter spell. Deal 11 damage if fatal at the start of next combat. All enemies lose HP equal to the max HP of the fatal enemy. 0. Take care of Lagavulin. I will take care. Uh-huh.
Shift Exodia into your deck, huh?
Oh, I see the issue with this card, which the upgrade does. If fatal, generate one random card of the left leg, right leg, left arm, right arm, Exodia, and then choose whether to add it to your...
Unless it's upgraded, you will not necessarily guarantee getting ones you don't have.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds stupid. Oh. Striker mobilize with 3 exclamation points. Twice per combat, right click, gain a link. At the start of combat. Sure.
I like that specifically because I like the upgrade relics in the game, but a lot of mods don't bother making me.
The goal of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to prevent the opponent from being able to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
That seems to be true, from what I understand.
That's not untrue. I like the way that Ty has grown to explain it, and that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is 2 players sit down at a table and attempt to assemble a gun. Like, just 2 people sit down and just both start assembling the gun. Sometimes you knock your opponent, like, a piece out of your opponent's hand. Sometimes they throw 2 pieces at you, throw another one in the garbage. But somebody's trying to build a gun. Okay. 2 elites. 2 elites and a lot of... Let's take this shop. As I talked about last week, I find it very fascinating and a lot of fun how... Oh, this relic adds a 4th set of the aces to our extra deck here. Gotcha. Also, Well, I've got bad news for the bird.
Say farewell to this bird. Yes, that was a little of Weevil, whatever his name is.
Weevil.
Talking about Exodia.
Yeah. I got attacked, right? Been the pillar. Pick up the... here we go. Perfect. Okay. It's fine.
What are you waiting for?
Exodia.
That card exhausts.
Shit, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, piss. Okay, I'm waiting for no reason. Just nothing. I'm waiting to own a bird with thorns.
Now you're really playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you didn't read the card.
It's perfect. Manga jamming waves. This is cute because this is pretty close to what Area 0 does. Area 0 is the field spell that you target a card, reveal the top 3. If there's a Sky Striker card in there, you can pick it up and then send the targeted card to the grave. It only
You could add Rosa Raye into your hand.
I could. I can think about it. So, like, this lets you, like, you know, top 3, grab a Sky Striker card. It only sends the card you target to the grave if you successfully find in your top 3. And there's a couple ways to, like, I'm sorry, it gives me Kaiser Coliseum. Okay. This is rude. Kaiser Coliseum is a card with the text, your opponent can't summon past the number of monsters you have, as long as you have a monster.
I see.
And Sky Striker tends to have exactly 1 monster sitting out. So the idea is you have your 1 Raye in a mech, and then you have this up. Not as rude as it could be, but I guess it could. Maybe, if I wanted to.
Floral Spasm could add Rosa Raye to your deck.
You can think about it, you know. Alright. So don't play Exodia until I'm actually dealing lethal damage. Mystic Mine is the other card I was thinking about, yes, Cypher. What if there was a field spell that was Humility and Moat in 1 card? Would that be good?
That sounds ridiculous.
Very normal.
Extremely normal. I just also have to give it to, like, Season of the Witch or Silent Arbiter or whatever. Yeah, it's Silent Arbiter that you need. Only 1 flying 1/1 may attack me every turn.
No, it already has. Oh, sorry. When I say moat, I just mean like full. Nothing can attack.
Oh.
Like just like what if nobody can attack and humility was active? I don't really want to go into the extra while this is going on because, like, I'm hexed, and these are all skills.
All right, now you want that Exodia.
Yeah. Now we can draw into it.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. Hey, this card has text.
Gain 8 block, shuffle this card into the draw pile, +1 link, so that's an ambiguous card.
That's rules text.
Left arm of the forbidden one. Plus.
You can upgrade your Exodia bits.
Alright, well. Let's start. Hercules base, not the manga one. Your next attack deals double damage. Add 2, okay. Hercules base shuffles cards from your discard back in, if I remember its effect right, and then also draws. Meh. Alright, let's hit a shop with $300. Oh, there's multi-roll. Just a card named multi-roll. The other card just used multi-roll's art and had me talking about it. I thought there was like a translation bit on it. Anyway, this, as I mentioned, it's the recursion piece. This is one of the other cards that, like, makes Sky Striker as strong as it is. I don't know.
You want another contract with Exodia?
Yeah, like, contract with Exodia 2?
You want to go ahead and just ignore this thing's plan and just try to keep exempling Exodia?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. I'm gonna remove a strike. If you upgrade contract, it specifically, so contract gives you a random piece. If you upgrade it, it will give you the minimum guarantee to make sure you, like, get the last piece.
You want it? It calls out if the card is fetal in that one, as opposed to fatal.
I don't hate another imperm. What about upgrading the pieces? They gain 3 block.
They become perfectly acceptable.
Okay. Alright, so we want to get... At this point, we're now dedicated to Exodia, so let's get that going. This should be good.
The second one, kind of, the only thing that you get out of it is... you're more likely to draw it on turns where it's necessary, or occasionally in multi-enemy fights, you can get 2 cards.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, there's plenty of fights in Act 3, especially, that are multiple enemies who are, you know, real enemies, and not minions of each other. Since there's only the one here, you could just go ahead and spend 1 and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. Want to be able to, like, actually get to it. Luckily, I should be able to use the Hayate plus Kagari setup to, like, draw into it when, yeah, if I have... So if I go, like, Sky Striker link up, Hayate, send a contract with Exodia, Kagari, pick up the contract, $12 damage.
You need to do 3 more, and if you do it in an attack, then it's going to gain 5 block. So that means you have to do 7 damage.
So we're going to move to end phase. This counts as a new turn, so I'm no longer on the once per turn restriction on these. Send roar, and that did it. Okay.
That did it. Yeah. Nice. Left arm again, baby.
Do I want another left arm in the deck? You already have
You're allowed
this
to skip it, I guess. That's nice.
Yeah. Can't believe we're just gonna get more left arms.
Did you know Exodia has like 1 right arm and 12
12
left arms?
weird. Hey, Therian. Okay. This is Therian King Regulus. I talked a lot last week about the story that involves Spriggans and Tri-Brigades and Albaz and Sword Soul and Ice Jades. These are also involved. These are the kings of the Colosseum. You can see that belt. They got the champion belt. It's great. This turn, Link doesn't transform into block, but deals damage instead. Okay, and SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight is currently like a $200 card. This is a very, very recent card. Just was printed like a few months back, and is like, I talked about how the extra deck is a place that has like very generic answers to anything. This is like one of the most powerful generic answers to anything. It's very easy to pull from the extra deck out into play, and the way that it interacts with the board, it has like it can do a temporary blink and then it also an exile. It's wild. Anyway, it's also a 0 cost 8 damage draw until I have 5 cards. So
seems pretty good.
Yeah.
It's upgraded for what it's worth. It probably doesn't do quite as much if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Upgrade Exodia?
Yeah, we can upgrade Exodia. What's the upgrade on prep? Oh, just lose Ethereal. Yeah, whatever.
You're playing that pretty much every time you come across it anyway.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it went to the other upgrade could just be this.
That's not dedication to Exodia though.
No. Doesn't even give it extra damage.
Nope. Just makes it guaranteed.
Just makes it guaranteed. Alright, so we get SP Little Knight. Cool thing about the Exodia piece is they give Link, which is how we get into our extra deck. Like, this one needs Link too. So yeah. it does, like, these do have an effect that, you know, get us moving forward. Minions generally don't count for Fatal.
They do not, yes. It specifically says, if it has the word Fatal on it, specifically, then it has to be a real enemy and not a minion. There are mods that have it be just if it kills an enemy.
Yeah.
Then it will count those, but that's because they're not using the Fatal keyword. It's a lot of damage coming your way.
That's a lot of damage. I don't really have anything that does stuff about these. Rose token, play prep, move to turn 2. Like a Typhon. And then this is just... That's a restriction there to make sure I can't, like, while that's in my hand, I can't go into, like, Cerberus or SP Little Knight. Okay, finally.
Comes the wizard.
So, answers to wizard. First things first, let's go into... Link 1. We're gonna go... This is only like 2 damage on the wizard. I'm gonna go here. And then we're gonna send... Thorns. Move into... Kagari, pick up. Thorns gets played. Kinda Shizuku. Play my extra strength card.
You want to play another skill?
Yeah. Pick up Roar. Or send this to Grave. Okay, and then we go to turn 2. Sequel to turn. And now we get all of these are back and online. So we can go another Hayate. Kagari hit you. Kagari pick up this. Play that as a skill. Go into Kaina. That's our third skill on the turn. Okay. And there's no reason.
It's a really complicated way to do all of this damage, but it does happen.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it let me play both of the Hayates, the max HP damage, on the leader.
Yeah.
Okay, 27 incoming.
Got that 1 in 5 of choosing to attack anyway, even with no buddies.
Let's send a... We'll send one contract down. Okay, and then we end phase. This is turn 2. I get to go Hayate into
Probably want to grab the one that's not going to grab a left arm.
Well,
12.
But I'm gonna this isn't tutoring. This is putting it in the grave.
You could, if you wanted to, use the the liquid memories to grab it.
Yeah. Well, I have this one in hand to just do it. I can use this on another one where I need to do that.
True.
Let's just.
I just hope you're glad with your left arm. They're gonna get.
I am happy. Unplayable retain. They do different things.
Okay.
Interesting.
And this one is, in fact, worthless, except being retained.
Yeah. Alright, right leg. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Wide potion belt.
Sky Striker Ace Rose, finally. So this gives us another card that lets us go into our striker setup. So this is gonna be like well worth it. Alright, let's go read. Right leg. Uh-huh.
Does nothing on
Nothing.
it. It's just the arm does. The legs, nah.
Oh god.
No one's ever drawn Exodia's full body, but if you did actually see it, he actually has little tiny legs. You know, very top heavy guy. How devoted to Exodia is.
The thing is, the card I actually want to duplicate is like SP Little Knight.
That's fair.
Because this
you probably should do that. You already have 2 contracts with Exodia.
Because it lets...
a card that functionally only works once on a fight.
Yeah.
On an enemy.
Okay, and now we have to... We can only have 15.
Right, so you have to get rid of one of these. Gotcha.
Yeah, because in Constructed, this is also this is a pretty big choice of how you build, because you only have 15 slots, and as you can see, 3x Hayate, 3x Kagari, 3x Kaina, and 3x Shizuku would be 12 of your slots. So you generally don't play these ratios usually, especially because Kagari I think is limited in most formats. I'm gonna get rid of one of the Shizukus. Generally, it's Shizuku and Kaina that are the ones you don't care about. Yeah, that's what I did.
Nice. You, It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, I want to fight in... Also, it's a lot less of a problem for us to remove these because we get the extra copies.
Mm-hmm. This, for example, is a fight where you could get 2 parts.
Yes, So I want to actually draw into the strike to start just dealing normal damage here.
Speaking of formats, the commander ban list got updated, not to put anything on it, but rather they now have a full comprehensive explanation for why every card in it is banned.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, here's
I'm given that there's only like 25 cards that are banned, you know, like it's not hard to do that.
We want to do...
The only real reason why the Power 9 are banned in general is actually just because of their cost rather than their power level, because otherwise they'd actually all be kind of fair in... Except for Time Walk, would be kind of fair in Commander.
Yeah.
Like, draw 3 cards for 1 is not as impactful in a multiplayer gigantic cost format to begin with. And of course, if Soul Ring is legal, Soul Ring is earnestly maybe stronger than the Moxen anyway, you know?
Yeah. And we got right leg again, by the way.
Of course he did.
Because the even the good one here only has the guarantee when we have 4.
Oh, okay.
So, you know. Whatever, we'll get there. I should have used my end phase. I'd completely forgotten that whole setup. Strength. Go into my Raye setup. Our deck is just going to be a bunch of garbage, huh? Okay, alright, we draw out of that. Damn it!
Nice. Another right leg.
Damn it!
All right.
All right.
So we're counting. Exodia has 2 left arms and 3 right legs. Keep this counter going.
Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon is, again, this is one of the Sky Striker spells. This one has the text, banish a card from the grave. If you have 3 or more spells, special summon it instead to your side. With, I think, like, can't attack restrictions. Which, you know... I like upgraded Roar. We're not doing anything with Volt. This is still probably fine, though. Yeah, that makes getting our kills for Exodia better. Your right leg in, and your right leg in, and your right leg in.
Ooh, you could get free bites.
Free bites, huh?
That's actually pretty legit. Like,
you still have 4 strikes to remove. That's fine.
Yeah. And these cards are good.
The blood,
The
the blood. Yeah, I'll take that.
Fundamentally, the way that they gain some. Okay, hold on.
So we're not a...
Yo, what if you get Necronomicon and get double preparation?
Only attacks.
Oh, right. I keep on forgetting that about it.
I'm still going for it.
Yeah, of course.
We can heal this off easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Do we have 2-cost attacks?
That's a good question.
Anyway.
Now you have legitimate reason to go grab one anytime you see one.
Yes. Oof. Okay. 12 coming in. This blocks 10. I'll just hit the link button there and then deal our damage. We get a rose
and
token.
Then next turn, you got Horn Cleat.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Shark Cannon, which is our huge Vuln card. Actually, I go like... yeah, we just bite.
I am now officially keeping track of how many parts of Exodia you get the chance to
Yes.
grab.
Okay. Prep plus Ace. Move apart. Phase 2. This is a throw Typhon out here. Turn. Yeah, unplayable. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We can go into our setup now. So, like... Rose... Hayate... Bid the curse. Wave... Then we go Kagari. We still have a we still have a contract down there.
Yeah, you only binned one because, you know, getting any damage at all out was a good idea.
Okay, we're gonna go to end phase. That resets our cards.
You won't be careful with the 5 damage from skills.
Yeah.
Letter opener.
Okay, so I want to go Kagari, just straight pick up the piece then.
Sure, makes sense. Yeah, with the Vuln, it's dead.
All right.
Okay, first left leg.
Okay. Left leg.
Okay, I guess the idea is that most of them are going to be these, you know, retain unplayable cards, except for the left arm, weirdly enough. That's the one where, you know, you have to draw that one to make it be that they're all 5 are in your hand.
Okay. Link to...
It's kind of like how, you know, the Lavos bit, the center bit is the center bit.
Right. This is... Yeah, sure. Take this. We're gonna go ahead and cut Kaina from the deck.
Now that you have the bites, you're gonna gain a lot more health that way.
Yeah.
By 1 HP.
Ooh, okay.
End step.
Now
this is a way to get parts of Exodia. Yeah, if only you had a third contract and not a...
not a second copy of SP.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, okay. Pillar of the Future, play Pillar, Rose Token. That lets me get to SP. SP Little Knight. Uh-huh. Move.
And now...
Move to phase 2.
I think you're good.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. Okay, second left leg.
Okay. Let's go... If I go Camilla and bin the curse... Okay, that doesn't count as... No, it does. Sweet, okay. So, yeah, the power that... So, going to our deck, talking about these cards. The Sky Striker Ace monsters need you to be in a Sky Striker Ace to move into them. Or to be... And Sky Striker Ace Raye is a Sky Striker Ace, so can move in. And they can move between each other's because they're Sky Striker Aces. The card we added down here, Camilla, does not have the Sky Striker Ace restriction to be able to jump into, and is a generic Link 2. So as long as we get up to Link 2 on our abilities, we can jump into Camilla, and then that from our extra deck enables jumping into all our Sky Striker Aces without the need of drawing into these.
Gotcha.
Is the play pattern there.
I mean, sort of gotcha. I'm understanding as we go. But...
yeah, I understand that I am saying words in a lot of instances here. Like,
words are being said in sequence. All right, so all you need to draw is another Yugioh consultation.
Yep. And what we can do there is I can so our Yugioh is in the grave, so I can just go Kagari over here. Kagari pickup contract.
Makes sense.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah, it's your fourth right leg.
All right, four. That's so many legs. Be not afraid.
Yeah, 2 left arms, 4 right legs, 2 left legs, no right arms, no everything else.
Okay. Jamming waves. These are all fine. Okay. So let's get this ready to go.
All right. All right.
So
the
that
moment you get even one more part,
yeah,
that's not what you already have. The other one is guaranteed no matter what happens.
Yep. Okay, we absolutely want to do Waits for Death. We're going to go into our Sky Striker setup to start. Ace Kagari, pick up Sky Striker Link 1. I guess I'm just going to start tutoring cards and go into, like... So here I can tutor a card and play it. Damn. And then, go into another Shizuku. Pass turn. Shizuku, go grab prep so I can get that started next turn. Because it grabs it in hand after the end of turn. So we're good. So
just 18 damage to deal with.
Yep, and so we go part 2 of the turn. What are we doing on this one? I can spend some out of here, like go into Camellia. Send Rose. Then we're going to Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon the Collector. I wasn't attacked last turn, so... Let's get some legs.
Oh, they're going opposite directions.
That's terrible. This looks awful. I hate it. There we go. Then we shuffle the arm back into the deck. As you do.
What if both of the arms are going to be playable, and that's kind of like the idea behind them? You keep shuffling them back in until they end up, you know, in the bottom.
You know, having the curses in the deck is kind of wild when they don't do anything, you know, like...
Yeah.
They don't have drawbacks. Also, SP Little Knight just shuffles back into our deck after use. So we need to play these basically every turn. Which, like, isn't inaccurate to how SP plays. Okay.
I'm actually reading SP Little Knight's text right now, and my complete lack of familiarity with how this works is amazing.
Right, like trying to understand what it means when it's like, okay, when a monster
if this
effect acts.
card is link summoned using a fusion signal XYZ or link monster as material, you can target one card in the field on in either graveyard. Banish it. Also, your monsters cannot attack directly this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can target two face-up monsters on the field, including a monster you control. Banish both until the end phase. You can only use each effect of SP Little Knight once per turn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of effects. So,
yeah.
like, that last rider feels not that big of a deal.
So the main, the two things that SP Little Knight does is SP Little Knight has, on summon, if SP Little Knight was summoned using an extra deck monster, banish a card. In play or graveyard. When a monster effect activates, and then the second one is just quick effect. Target a card you control and a card your opponent controls. Blink them till end phase.
Okay.
So, like, it's, and then there's, like, limit once per turn, etc., 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 a lot of, like, other effects on there, but that is what the card is saying, is on summon, if you use an extra deck monster, get a banish, and then like have a blink, which that's why this card is so like silly, is that it's very hard to kill. You can blink it away if it's ever being killed, and you get to, you know, blink away one of your opponent's things too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's Yu-Gi-Oh text. That's
It feels like, from my perspective, it could be hilariously simplified down if they had the gumption to rewrite everything to have keywords.
Well, the problem is kind of similar to like why blink isn't a keyword in Magic, right? Like,
okay, yeah, blink specifically, sure, yes, I'm aware of that one.
But that's like in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are a number of effects that operate in that space, where like, what's untargetable versus untargetable by monster effects versus untargetable by spells versus untargetable by spells and traps, versus unaffected by those cards versus like. There's. It would have been an.
It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah, you're
at this point.
Exactly. All right. Anyway, here we go.
All right, another left arm, baby.
Two left arms. Okay.
No, that's your third left arm.
Oh, my third left arm. Fine. I don't need it. Ooh, scissor cross. Okay. Damn, this is a skill. Nightmare Unicorn. Yeah, okay. Nightmare Unicorn cut kinda from our extra. Oh boy, 2. Okay. So we've got Link Fountain. Start a combat, gain 1. Okay, this is an interesting energy relic because it's an energy on your backup turn. AK,
yeah.
Actually, this is a busted relic. This is just an energy relic.
This is basically free in practice.
So, well, because
yeah.
the drawback of your end phase is that you discard to 3, so you can't bring like a full hand to that. All right, what's this one? Crown of Tearlaments. Right-click this relic, reduce by 5 max HP, play 1 Vault. It can't be used next turn. Is that a silent card? Or is that... Oh god.
I don't know what that means.
I'm...
Oh, wait.
Is Vault...
Vault is the end turn, take an extra turn after.
Yeah, that's the silent one. Right, okay, yeah. So...
It's a Watchers.
Oh, Watchers, okay. The silent one I'm thinking of is, Nightmare then, right? Is the one I was thinking of mentally, which is all like copy a card.
Nightmare is copy a card 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah, put it in your deck.
Okay, watch your card. So
it's lose 5 max HP, take an extra turn.
And with the you can't chain this. Like you can't use the relic on the extra turn.
That's neat. I like the other one more.
Yeah.
Purely just like I like that. I think that's just, you know, that's not causing it to be super.
A cost increasing relic with no side effect. The Tearlaments Crown is that's a whole different archetype. Okay, we need to have enough fights to get a damn. To get the other.
I want to get Exodia.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get fighty.
Act 2 took roughly 50 minutes.
I'll take the shop early here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's me. I'm the people. I demand Exodia.
The people demand Exodia. Going to Rose. All right. And now I'm good. I'll just
You're
be able
drawing
to...
one Exodia next turn.
Yeah.
So.
I have enough block, we're fine. We're gonna... I don't want to SP here because I'll draw cards.
Yeah.
Let's just pass. Let's not fuck with it. Phoebe also demands Exodia. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right, that means you're finishing Exodia this fight.
Yes. So we need to go... Hold on. I was attacked, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go spend our link. Camilla lets us bin a card, bin contract. Kagari, pick up contract. Play, and then minimum guarantee. Do you want to add the last puzzle to your draw pile?
Sure do. All right, so
Okay.
final count at the moment is 3 left arms, 4 right legs, 2 left legs, 1 body and head, and 1 right arm. Exodia is a little fucked up looking.
A little bit. Okay, now... God, now I have, like, the contracts I don't want... Now I want to, like, lower the deck size wildly.
Yeah.
SP Little Knight, by the way, becomes very powerful here. You know, we're able to cycle through the deck very quickly. Becomes. As though 0 costs and deal 8 draw until you have 5 wasn't very powerful before, you know? We're gonna bin prep.
I wonder if that's able to skip Awakened One's first phase.
Yeah, like just kill. Linkage. Only play when you have link. Deal 6 damage, add self-restraint, add ace token to your hand. Okay. So this is a card that, like, gets you into your ace stuff, but, like, puts you stuck on link ones.
I feel like Upstart Goblin should make enemies heal 4.
Yeah, so it was 5 and it upgraded to 1.
Oh, it was 5 to begin with?
Yes. Okay. It started as 5 and upgraded to heal 1.
That makes more sense.
I know.
I mean, like, proportionally with how, numbers work in card games.
Yeah. Do I care to add? I mean, adding an Upstart Goblin is effectively adding a card that I'm going to draw that will draw a card. You know, like, that doesn't... All that does is adds...
It's a spell for your tri-spell, and that's about it. And also for the letter opener.
Letter opener is enough of a reason. We're not... Okay, yeah, we're not. Okay, so now hold on. We don't need fights anymore. Hold on, we can like.
Yeah, you can now do in fact a regular path through instead of
like this.
You want it?
duplicator. You could have had 4 Exodia contracts.
Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This is a hand trap. So Ash Blossom was one that stops a tutor. This stops anything to deal with the graveyard. This is like,
Would pick something up from the grave.
Yeah,
fucking stop.
Yeah,
that,
stop that.
Like,
Yeah, like so they're all like the ghost girls are all kind of like narrow in what they hit like that. You know, one hitting graveyard stuff, one hitting tutors from deck, things like that. Might just be removal time. You know, start getting the deck down. Are my contracts on?
Oh yeah, they do. They say that once you have the
Yeah.
it removes them permanently from your deck.
That's good.
So they remove that downside of them.
Okay. Let's just start removing cards from the deck then. We can anything worth duplicating before I do that. Honestly, maybe this. like this is like my wild amount of defense that I start with, so I have like wait, sorry.
Cannot stack,
Sorry.
cannot stack, cannot stack, cannot stack.
Sorry.
Sorry, we just forgot to read the full text of the card, but it says it's like clearly there.
Hold
You
on,
cannot do it 3 times.
Hold on, like... Okay, I caught that one. We're good. Trying to stack it. I'm just gonna remove a defend. I don't...
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that.
Let's just start cutting out the... Let's just start removing, like, fall in a hole, make me drop on their defend. Oh, alright, again?
What if it says can't stack, but actually it can
Yeah, what if it's-
stack?
what if
it
it's
just says
doing-
can't stack because they couldn't figure out how to make it not stack?
Don't do it. Cannot stack. Please, don't do it. God.
That's a lot of money.
That's
Jesus
so
Christ.
much cash.
Does that change per, like, if you find it here on Act 3 instead?
Is it like 100 per act or something like that?
It might be, because, like, I think it's 100 on Act 1, where it is 100
100 per
per
act,
act.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess, like, I don't see this one in this area.
It doesn't pop up in Act 3 very often. Yeah, I only ever see it in 1 and rarely in 2.
Alright, do this. Go to my end phase, bite. They could stack, we can't trust it. But what if it stacks, you know? Alright, let's go instant Sky Striker. Ditch. We're gonna discard our copy of Pillar. That gets us the Rose token. Rose token lets us get to SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight lets us get to SP Little Knight into SP Little Knight. Yeah.
How about SP Little Knight?
Draco back, the rideable dragon. I get so. Oh, we even have the adventure bit. So these cards are related. They're in the same archetype of cards. This is like a very silly like isekai archetype. This card here is like this water enchantress pulling the adventurer from another world, and then a look of dragon and a bunch of silly bits. Anyway, we're putting SP in the deck. Let's
Get rid of your last Kaina, or is that too much?
It's 7 draw to 4 on the small. I'm gonna drop another Shizuku. This will still leaves us with 2 and 2 on those. And that'll be fine. Because of the extra one that gets added at the start. You know, Exodia is a lot easier to put together when we are doing like Sky Striker. You know, the Kagari here can pick up any card from discard.
Read the actual Exodia text. Is it when they are in your hand, this activates at the end of turn? Or is it when you draw it, basically?
Can only be played when you have blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
so,
played specifically.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But
there could have been different triggers about how that works, so...
We have seen Exodia in other mods. The Madoka Magica one had Exodia. That one just did.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Anyway. Gonna go to turn 2. I'll be right back. One moment here.
I hope his ceiling isn't flooding again. I feel like I'm finally understanding this mod a little bit. And there's something, you know? Took me a bit. I have no context for almost anything Yu-Gi-Oh, so...
But yeah, no, the thing I was saying is that in the card game kind of here picks up, or Kagari here picks up a Sky Striker card. But like, this one doesn't, this just says card, so we can bin the Exodia pieces and then pick them up. So like, if I go into... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. We'll do that next turn. We go into Camilla.
This guy's got enough health that I feel like this is the time to experiment with Exodia.
All right, here's 3 pieces.
3 of them. All right.
Okay. We did get attacked there, so we get Hayate. 3 of them again. Rose token. Bin this arm. Kagari, pick up this arm.
Play both of them.
And then I have 9 cards in deck.
Yeah, so you have a strong but not guaranteed chance of drawing all 3 of them.
We need to upgrade the head to have retain very quickly.
Yeah.
Upstart Goblin?
Wait, Upstart Goblin. Close.
Okay. this is fine.
Because you can dig the head out of your discard, right?
Oh,
Oh wait, no, it's going to your draw at this point. Dang.
that's fine. I can Hayate it into the discard. So here's the pieces. We go Sky Striker Ace. Hayate, throw the head down. Kagari, pick the head up. Exodia! Obliterate! Come on, animation.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Just
Good.
throws the fucking cards at him. Let's go.
I'm not adding.
You're not adding cards to your deck anymore.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you're getting that head to have retain. You can't? It can't be upgraded that way? Weird.
Huh. It can't be upgraded that way? Is it like because it's like a special card? Like this isn't a card you obtain normally? Okay, we can. I guess in certain fights where we need to, we can Apotheosis Potion to upgrade it. I'm just gonna get this out of the way then now.
I thought you were gonna upgrade Little Knight.
We'll be fine. Oh. This is...
Another Exodia fight.
Scry 3, draw 1. Pretty good for Exodia. There's the head.
So the other three of the rest are coming in this turn.
Yes.
And so long as you have 2 Link, you should be good to go. You can just go grab it, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I can.
Because you can put it into
Yeah,
grave and then pick it up.
Yeah, I can bid it and pick it up. So there's the rest of the pieces. So we go Link 1, Link 2, bin the card, pick up the card. It's impossible! Nobody's been able to summon him! Hey, Verte Anaconda.
Oh, Mosler. I know him.
Yeah. Verte Anaconda is a Link 2 that just lets you play any fusion spell from your deck for 2,000 life points. Let's destroy Phoenix Enforcer's text. Deal 7 damage.
Apply 1 mark.
Mark. Mark is something we're not working with. It seems to be on a lot of cards.
Yeah, but it's
Well, because, like, so we have this side effect that's like whenever you apply debuffs, you deal damage or gain block. We haven't been using it at all, but it does exist in the class.
right.
If I pick this, this goes to the extra, so it is pickable. What do I need?
I don't know if you've ever actually gone into Typhon.
I think I've used Typhon 1. I don't think I've done it in a Cerberus either. Though Cerberus does have, like, a draw effect. Maybe I'd want to go into this more. pick Verte, and I can just eat Verte off if I don't want Verte. By the way, Shizuku's a lot more powerful now that I'm thinking about it, because it's a tutor. I should be using this. Okay, leg. Then we want to go into Shizuku. Use Shizuku to tutor other legs, so that's in our goods. And then...
Truly the leg horse of our time, Exodia.
We'll go ahead and make Verte here. Oh no, I'm taking 2 damage. So the power on this is that it comes back every turn, so... You know. Ooh, hold on, we only need 1 more piece. Pillar, Rose token, Camilla, arm, Kagari, pick up arm. Oh, this also has Runic Flashing Fire as a card in here.
Well, if that always starts in your hand, that means you literally just have to go in to pick it up and discard.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, that's actually worth it.
That simplifies down the steps in getting it. It's just guaranteed every time.
Yeah, it means that I can...
Also, technically makes it more likely to have that extremely rare off chance where you just draw all 5 parts. Because, like, if you get Bottled Lightning, you get to go grab one of the arms as well.
Yeah. I don't know what would have happened if I picked a card from the extra deck. That's a good question. Alright, we're gonna go... Bin... Leg...
Pick up leg.
Pick up leg.
Oh, thank God. They're in the right orientation for once.
And then I just go into Shizuku and Tutor Arm. Perfect.
If you don't care about what their health total is because you're just killing them with Exodia.
don't.
It
Again,
doesn't really matter.
this
That
doesn't do.
help
It doesn't
anything.
do anything, right? Like.
The other one kind of does something because it's only one heal. This one being 5 is not doing anything.
Yeah, whatever. Oh shit. Oh, I want to engage is the card I was talking about. That's the tutor.
Yeah.
Ornitrones.
Okay, that one. Okay, you have 3 other options. It's a 1 and 3 at this point.
So let's go with this.
Nope.
And there's
Couldn't
the,
get it.
yeah.
There was.
And it had the text, search any card that isn't engage. Damn. Yeah, that card's text there was search any card that's not engaged, gain 1 click. Okay, we want to upgrade. What do you upgrade to? Oh, you get rid of the 14, probably just the other SP.
Exhaust up to 2, draw 2. That's actually pretty good.
That actually is I should be using that more to cycle through things. All right, 5 turns.
You want to kill the transient? Excuse me? What just...
Oh my god. Whenever you apply a debuff, deal damage.
Oh!
Whenever you apply a
Yeah.
debuff, deal damage.
You do any damage to the transient, it instantly dies
It
in this
instantly
class.
dies in this
Okay,
class,
sure.
yeah.
That's a ridiculous oversight by the dev.
That's the freebie. I've got your bet is locked in, Blazing Blade. Ah, Nibiru. Nibiru is, so I talked about, again, like Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, these like hand traps. Nibiru is a hand wrath.
Gross.
Its text is, if your opponent has special summoned 5 times or more in a turn, reveal this card, tribute all monsters in play, summon Nibiru, and give your opponent a Nibiru token with stats equal to everything that was tributed.
Okay, so it eats all of them, and then they get one thing that's as strong as all of them just for numbers.
Yes, all just for numbers, no effects, which is.
But then it's very easy to kill afterwards. Too.
Right, you just go into like, I don't know, SP Little Knight is a free way to do it from your board. You can summon the token.
It's a token, you can just flicker it and then it's gone.
You can summon, because you're the one summoning it, you can choose attack or defense mode for the token.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or like for your Nibiru, and on turn 1 they can't attack, so. Okay, this gives you an unlimited hand into, yeah, this gives you an unlimited hand. Like, you don't discard down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I care. Well,
you're doing a pretty good job of summoning Exodia anyway.
It's a 0-cost power. We can play it when we draw it. Somebody's played all these cards in some Sky Striker deck. The power there was for a Runic deck, and Runic is a control deck that plays a ton of spells and only uses its extra monster zone for like a fusion that it uses to tutor its field spell. It plays very well with Sky Striker because it has a bunch of spells. So yeah, that combination is just a normal one. Bin leg. Pick up leg. That was not the expected outcome.
Yeah, I don't know why all those got discarded when the idea is that they're supposed to go into the end step, right?
Yeah, I guess it gives them retain for the...
The card didn't work as we expected.
That's fine.
It's fine.
We can just deal damage. Our deck is pretty good at that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into our other SP and our other SP and our recursion piece, which will pick up a couple more copies of SP Little Knight. Yeah, it turns out our deck can still just sort of like do a thing. Like, that's not too bad. So that's linked up to 2. We go Cerberus. And then Verte.
I think that's the first damage you've taken in all of Act 3.
Yeah. Okay, they gain real retain. Oh, hit.
Oh, well, there it is. Mummy hand. I don't have that many mummy powers, but
Azalea, link 3, 8 damage, in 3 turns apply. Whatever. Okay. Now, will Exodia break this fight?
it's possible.
Okay, we get to go Link +1. Gonna go grab Camilla to put a leg down there. Kagari, grab the leg. Kaina, and then Shizuku. Shizuku and Step go grab the other leg. So we got our legs ready. Leg.
I love having our legs ready.
Another.
Okay, there's an arm.
So we just play that to shuffle it back in. One more SP. Okay. 8 cards in deck, 2 of them arms. Oh. Area 0. Rose. Kagari. Alright. Here we go.
Does it do it? Does it break the fight? Okay, just kills the first phase. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
And it does not get rid of it because you just played the card, yeah. I guess it just sets to 0 health, like, visibly, so it should bypass Heartbreak as well.
So this has retained because of our runic bit. Okay. Pillar of the Future, Rose token. So we can go into. This is the time for Cerberus. Oh? Crap, I don't have I already used Camilla here, so I don't have that. Unicorn? Okay.
Oh, it gained the retain. All right, well that's good.
Yeah, so it gives the retain to the cards that like get left over. Oh, hello.
And there you go.
Okay, had to win the match, you know? Game 1 wasn't enough. We had to win game 2 as well. All right. Time to place your bets, everyone. Where do you think this one lands? What sort of... what sort of bets do we get? Like, Exodia 1, I can live through that. Crap, what do you mean Exodia 2?
Are there any cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh that say like prevent target player from winning the game this turn?
If Exodia is going off, it is like active, it cannot be stopped. There's no way to block that.
I was wondering if there was any like Abyssal Prosecutor text in the game to prevent a player from winning.
The closest to that is like preventing damage, like but there's no like actual Angel's Grace, which would be very funny. It'd be very funny because it wouldn't do anything. Like if you just had a
Exodia, it's just full on. It's just you win the game.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you just win. All right, bets are in.
1092. I think that's Huzzah with 1069.
Yeah, 1069 looks like the winner here. A lot of bets in the 8 to 900 range.
Yeah, I underestimated how much this would be.
Yeah.
I know you inherently get the 35 card one in your library.
Yeah, just be.
I must have missed a couple perfects.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go kill the heart with Exodia. This should be
Yes, I want to see that happen.
Malman, thank you very much for gifting us a sub. So this will be the second time we've gotten to kill the heart, like, free, if it works that way.
Hopefully.
The Persona...
it looked like it did against the Awakened one.
Yeah, because the Persona one also killed the heart, like, from full. Actually, okay, so for a couple of the ones we've had in the past that have killed the heart, we had the Persona one killed the heart with just death. The Persona 5 one was a mod where your Personas were 0-cost cards, but they were in your hand and didn't count towards hand size. So, like, your hand was like 30 cards by the end of it.
I see.
There were also a couple mods where we were able to clean the invincible off of the heart. And the mod where we tried to kill the heart like with an instant win where it just did 300 damage. You know, it hit the invincible. So we've had all of those. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't get eaten accidentally. Dr. Wily?
Yes, a deck with no strikes or defense. Finally.
Yes.
It's been so long.
Yeah, the World 3. I'm gonna go ahead and sell off. By sell off, I mean do that.
Sounds good to me.
It's like this is pick up an Exodia piece, you know. Oh no, a 2-cost attack! Crap, you're right. It's time for Typhon. You know? Okay. So we can go Hayate, send a leg, Kagari, grab leg. Do some SP Little Knight movements. Going to Unicorn, get rid of the Adventure? Nah, get rid of this. Ooh, Arm? I guess I just play Arm to put it back in the deck right here.
Yeah.
And then we swap over to... Shizuku.
Grab other arm?
Yeah.
Because, like, the thing is,
Or likely to be
hard. Yeah, it's not hard to be able to play it this time.
Yeah, and I can just put it back in the deck if it goes wrong.
Preparation also is a power that makes things cost 0. So.
Oh, Area 0 should just get it, yeah.
Could also just do it, yeah.
So, Area 0, and then...
At a very, very low chance to not work, but, you know.
Not with Upstart Goblin.
Oh, good point.
Well, actually, no, hold on, you're right, because if it was the 5th card, and Upstart was in the top 3, it would have had a chance to not work there.
Okay.
Yes.
But so it was a small chance, but it was even smaller than what I was thinking.
Yes.
It would have had to be like a really, really tiny chance.
All right.
Fruit juice. That's better than burying the bottle because you're not going to be dying.
Then you enter try. So these are like Sky Striker Ace End cards. These seem to be like alternate decks that are like, this is another archetype. Spellbooks are, again, all about spells, which is why we're having it with Sky Striker here. They have a bunch of these spellbook cards that want you to like Pot of Avarice, but they have a lot of like this creature here searches a spell book, and then there's a spell book that sends it to the grave to draw 2 cards, and then there's spell books that let you copy spell books from grave to draw more cards or to tutor more, and they're very easy ways to set up a graveyard, so I can see the idea there. I'm not adding anything to the deck. Do I care about fruit juice? Probably not. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, good old blue boy. Spellbooks have definitely fallen off. They were a very cool deck for a long time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade everything. That didn't upgrade our extra. And then we're gonna skill potion. Crystron Helka Fibrax. Stave off an affliction, gain 8 block. Yeah, it also didn't upgrade Exodia, damn. Oh, I need to, hold on. Let's go ahead and... We're going to pick Rose back up, because Rose can replay, and then we're going to switch to Shizuku. Go to end phase. Shizuku searches a leg. That wasn't necessary. And then we swap to Shizuku again. Shizuku grabs the other leg. Okay. So we have both legs.
I love tutoring for legs. This is truly the form of card games I'm into.
Okay.
7 thorns.
7 thorns, huh? Is that good?
It's alright.
Anyway. I love Seven Thorns. Ooh, okay, we drew all the kind of junk here. I'm going to Cerberus. And just get rid of these. Oh.
Because the void is going to exhaust itself already.
Yeah. Okay, we're not going to be able to prep there.
You're very likely to just win next turn.
Yeah, 8 cards in deck, and also I'll have a tutor ability.
Yeah, and you have the liquid memory, so you can just use that to go grab the
head.
Exodia instead.
Alright, I'm just gonna put up Typhon then. Yeah. Arm 1. So if I go Rose into Hayate, send Arm, Kagari, pick up Arm,
Okay.
and then we look upon the heart. Yep.
And yes, sets to 0.
That's
so
just set to
as he
0.
does it.
Excellent.
He played Exodia on the heart.
Obliterate! Okay.
And of course, Ironclad takes the credit, as usual.
The like one time this was like Watcher defect. It's like, oh my god.
Someone decided to go off of Watcher by default? Wow. I think it was defect once as well, but I don't think I've ever seen Silent use as the default. Oh, you perfected all 3 bosses. That's probably the #1 thing I missed.
Yeah. That's gotta be it, because like...
I mean, that would have only been 886 in that case, so I still overbet, but like... That is the #1. Well, no, because like you get a +100. Yeah, that's right. You would have been 986 if that's the case, which means yeah, I was actually super close if you hadn't gotten all 3.
All right, let's take a look. Do we actually have? Oh, we have unknowns. Okay. We never even drew Raye. This is the main monster of the deck. Cornitrones, comic Cornitrones. It's a Snake Eyes Pyrophosphorus, sure. Help from a mystic man with tight. This is access code talker. It's a Link 4 that lives in the extra deck. Oh, Mystic Mine is here. Okay, come on now. This is the moat plus humility.
Oh, nice.
The actual text of the card is the player with the most monsters in play cannot attack or activate effects of monsters. If, at the end of the turn, both players have equal monster count, destroy this card.
Okay.
However, generally, the way you play this is like your opponent does their...
You just don't have any
you just don't,
in their hand on board.
Yeah, you just don't have any on board, and it's very hard for a deck to go to 0 monsters.
Yeah.
That's not... Like, you can go to 1 pretty easily, but 0 without effects? Yeah. Spellbook of Judgment. This is another spellbook card. What is this high def like alley back? High definition maxi. So like this is the, because like this is just the card art. Silly. That was like wildly complicated. It's been a while since I've touched it.
I did finally understand it by the end.
Yeah.
So,
like, I appreciate this mod for implementing a main mechanic from Yu-Gi-Oh! In a way that worked.
Yeah.
Like, I had an extra deck of 15 cards I could pull upon to do whatever I needed. Like,
I will give it one thing. This did not lose me in a way that most other, like, heavily super modded out, like, super new mechanics mods do.
Yeah. I do know what you mean there.
The Common Rider ones, mainly.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, which, you know, is a fair comparison, because that one also had a pile of cards from outside the game that you just had access to. So, yeah. I also like the commitment to, like, choice of cards on here. Most of these are, like, all, like, not only do we have, like, you know, cards that are, like, Sky Striker cards, but, like, somebody who clearly knows what they're pulling from. There seem to be a bunch of in-jokes I don't get. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Chinese mod. Yeah. That's lighthearted. These always have a bunch of Chinese in-jokes.
Yeah. But I think this was very nifty. Oh, God, slash draw. This is a card that, like, you use this and your opponent takes 10,000 damage. That's what happens when you play this card. It's like, when you play this, mill cards equal to the number of, God, what is it? I'm just gonna pull up the text of slash draw. Discard one card. Send cards from the top of your deck to the grave equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. Then draw and reveal the top card of your deck. If it was a copy of slash draw, blow up every card on the field and your opponent takes 2,000 damage per card. So, like, it is a, like, kill, a one-turn kill that needs you to, like, be able to stack your deck, like, 10 cards. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining. Thanks, Doc, for hosting on over and joining for this. Appreciate having you around.
Yeah, no worries.
If y'all want to catch more, you can always follow. I appreciate y'all coming here and seeing what's going on. You can always subscribe. Thank you to the people who did sub today. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you're just here having a good time, A+, couldn't ask for more. As far as upcoming streams, Battle Network 5 is continuing on Sunday.
How do you feel about being free of 4?
Oh my God. 4 is like, the gameplay on the game is, like, technically fine and pretty good.
And I'm sure the first time it wasn't that big of a deal either.
But, like, the fact that it wants you to play the game 3 times in a row is absurd.
That's the real killer.
Like, and it's not very good, like, on top of that.
There is one game I can think of in recent history, which, to be fair, was actually very recent history, where the mechanic of the game involves you playing it 3 times. And that did it very, very well. I actually really loved doing that. It was a good-ass time. But
there are games that do that, you know.
Very few that can do that.
There's games that do that in interesting ways. The idea of how Nier Automata does things. The idea of how, like, even that one, I feel sometimes like the second playthrough is a little too samey, but like you're playing with different mechanics. Yeah.
The one I'm thinking of in particular is Armor Core 6.
Ooh, okay.
Armor Core 6 wants you to play through the entire game 3 times to get the full like story and like all that sort of stuff.
Okay, different sides.
And it's very well done because all right, first time you're playing through and struggling basically that first playthrough because the game's not easy. It's a From Software game release. It's a From Software game, period. They've actually always done that pretty much. It's not a new thing with them. But then you get into New Game Plus, and it is a New Game Plus. You keep everything you just did. So that first boss fight that was at the time quite legendary for being a really tough.
You just crushed.
Took me like 2.5 hours that first time. Is now easily crushable, and
Nice.
then you find out, oh shit, there's actually new missions to do. Missions have different like win states now, and okay, you go through the entire second time you do it, and it's like, okay, now that I'm doing the second playthrough, I can choose everything that I didn't choose that first one, so I get a different playthrough. And then you have to do it again, and you're like, wait, I've already done all of the alternate path stuff, but a third path opens up in the game now that you've done, you're on that particular New Game Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I just had a sort of cursed thought because that's also Fire Emblem.
Oh, you mean fucking Fates specifically?
Fate specifically, yes. Fate specifically has the 2 sides and then the third middle path side thing.
The important thing here is that you're not hugely affecting the story in Armored Core 6.
Right.
Because you're a mercenary who's playing both sides to begin with.
So you're just choosing the side you're actually playing. Like.
Yeah, and there's only a tiny handful of differences on that front. It's just the way that it adds new missions across all 3, and funnily enough, it actually adds more new missions on playthrough 3 than it does on 2.
Huh.
Yeah, which is an interesting way of doing it.
Alright. Well, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna shut it down. Thank you all for joining. Hope you have a good one.